I'm Struan. I'm at the Henry's School of Imaging with Jorge DaSilva, who's head of the instructor development. And we're here to get some tips and some insight into some of the programs that the School of Imaging has. George, so where should we start here? We're going to be talking about post-production. So how did this all come about? Now obviously it's grown from grassroots to what it is today. Can you give us an idea of what the School of Imaging is doing today?
Yeah, sure. In terms of how it started, back in '97, digital photography was just starting to bloom. It was just starting to gain a little bit of momentum. And there was a lot of mystery to it back then. Customers would buy these digital cameras and they'd come by and they'd literally bring their desktop computer and plop it on top of our showcases and they'd say, connect it, make it work. And so we figured out very quickly that there was a need for education. And so we created about 4 little classes. Demand skyrocketed, and before we knew it, the School of Imaging became its own little department or division within Henry's.
Now, how many classes have you got? Now, you say you started off with 4. How many programs are you, or workshops are you?
Today, we've got over 50 programs.
Wow.
And we're spread across over 28 locations, from Manitoba to St. John's, Newfoundland.
Wow.
So we've gotten pretty busy over the years. Of course, we're Henry's, we're in the camera business, so our programs will consist of workshops that teach people how to use specific camera models. We also have a number of programs that teach general photographic technique, such as portrait lighting, travel photography, things like that. We also have a couple of new workshops where we take people outside. We go for photo walks. And most recently we started developing classes that are more than one day, more than just a few hours, but reoccurring programs where people come back week after week. And last but not least, of course, we teach people how to use software. And that's what we do, for example, in this lab that we're in right now.
Yeah. Have you got some examples that we can look at that would be typical of the kind of class you would be presenting to people here?
Yeah, sure. At the school, we've got a variety of different programs that teach people how to use software. It basically goes from pretty basic stuff, and we sort of allow them to evolve into more and more sophisticated type editing. Photoshop Elements is one of our core type workshops, very, very popular. We also offer programs on Photoshop CS as well as Lightroom and Aperture. So
George, talking about all these programs, I'd like to get into one, especially what's important now to a lot of photographers. Once they have their camera and now they're shooting, is the big buzzword now post-production?
I think you could say that, yeah, sure. Post-production, absolutely. It's the finishing touch. Of course, we try to get it as best as we can in camera, but post-production is really necessary to sort of finish the job. So why don't we have a look at what we can do?
If you've got some examples, let's start with one.
Sure. Let me show you.